And we make choices we can never take back.
You grieve for two.
I grieve for many.
The choices of parents leave indelible marks upon their children. But ultimately, the voices in their head have to be their own. You cannot set the boundaries of their life for them.
After the fire, you wanted me to find new joy in life. And I tried. But I couldn't. Faso died because of me. How do I get from that to joy?
Child, it will get better, I promise you. But this is not the way. Your friends speak truth. And it changes nothing. You can hate me. But that's a choice I must make. As your father, I must look out for you. Especially when you can't look out for yourself.
You treat me as if I'm still 5!
I treat you as if the shadow from the worst day of our lives is going to suffocate you and take you from us too! Enough. I said enough.
Lady Luck smiled today.
On me!
Take cover! The storm is coming. Feel the burn. It's locked on you.
It's shut. Place on me. Okay.
whole now.
This will hurt. Guard up!
Chrome is flowing.
That's lucky.
En garde! Flames on me! Sword is death!
I'm waiting.
Overflowing with energy. Feel the burn.
En garde!
We must accept things as they are, not how we want them to be.
On me!
What would Verso have wanted? Truly,
The eternity of ice. We've got work to do.
Until you. Good.
Danger!
when did you become so stubborn?
Time to hit big! From fire!
Look out. It's locked on you.
Feeling better. Feel the burn. Careful, Mael. Careful, Mael.
What would Verso have wanted? Truly, so stubborn?
Keep going. Feel the burn.
That's lucky.
Ready to evade.
Maya. On guard. From fire.
Brace yourself.
What would Verso have wanted? Truly.
Ready.
Careful now.
When did you become so stubborn?
This will hurt.
Stop this insanity. It's time to go home.
I do love a challenge, but this is beginning to irk me.
Fuck. He keeps regenerating.
Maybe we focus on the axons first.
No, she can't.
Mama.
Aline, you're going to kill yourself. It's too soon for you to return to any canvas.
Okay.
You're selfish, Aline!
Feel the burn. Careful, Maya. Careful, my elf.
Blades sharp. My sword is death. Okay.
Eternity of ice.
Ready. Time to read. My elf.
Danger! Take cover! We've got work to do.
Go strong.
I'm ready.
Storm is coming. Feel the burn.
Careful now. I'm waiting.
Time to hit big. This will hurt. Let's dance.
Let the ink flow.
I feel better.
Okay.
home, Renoir. Go paint something else.
Why am I the only one who sees this?
Careful now.
Time to hit big. Flames. On me.
The eternity of ice.
Let's play. That's lucky.
Ready to carry.
Go strong.
Finesse and grace. Blitz and precision.
Aside, the canvas is killing you both.
Not this time!
Ironic. Your mother was the one who saved me when I lost myself in a canvas. safely use our gift. How to soar without flying too close to the sun. We painted hundreds of canvas worlds, pushing the very boundaries of creation. And she never let me forget that every day we spent here has a price. Yet, here we are now.
So trust her. If she's doing this, then...
I trust what she taught me. This is not a game. You think you know what's at stake, but you don't.
I know precisely what's at stake. You want control. You want to feel like you're doing something. You couldn't save Verso, so you want to save us. Except you're not. Destroying the canvas won't help us move on. It'll just deny us the one place that helped us feel again.
67 years. 67 years I spent trapped within the monolith. But I persisted. I persisted. Do you know why? Do you know why I cannot leave her or you behind? This is what I see every day. I cannot spend another day with living corpses. Since the fire, our family has crumbled. Aline in the canvas. Clea fighting a solitary war. You, a living ghost. Verso's death broke us. I want it to be fixed. I need it to be fixed. I cannot lose you too.
Don't you see? That's how I feel about them. I can't lose them either. I've lost too much. Papa, see? I've lost so much.
We both lost so much.
Papa, I don't want to lose you either. I'm not leaving you forever. Just a little longer.
I want to trust you, but
You can.
keep the light on for you. I hope you find peace. Hold on to each other.
I'm sorry. Hi. You're tired of painting, aren't you? I'm tired too.
That's... You shouldn't be able to be here.
Lamont's gift.
Why did you run in? It's dangerous for you here.
See things as they are, not how you want them to be.
What?
You lied to your father.
No.
He saw it too. But he wanted to believe. You're going to die here. Why don't you just leave? You can always come back.
The moment I leave, Papa will erase this canvas.
This is not worth your life.
What life? My life of loneliness in a shell of a body, with no voice and no future.
You're my El, no matter where you are. You don't need this canvas.
But everything I want is here. Here I have a chance to live, Verso, to live. Out there I merely exist.
Life keeps forcing cruel choices.
Stop quoting Papa!
It's time to stop painting.
Verso! Papa also said, hold on to each other.
Old friend, you've traveled miles, spinning in circles. Your blind eyes on the dial, stripping
I'm sorry.
out colors. But it's time to say goodbye until next life.
decide this for everyone!
We're all hypocrites, doing the same thing to each other.
What about Lune and Ciel and Monoko? What about Esquier?
Ciel was right. Grief blinds us. All you see are walls. Here we go. Radiance. I've lived a long time, Mael. There are things we could never outrun.
I'm so tired, Verso. Please, can we just go home and talk about this?
Witness your end. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, huh? You've got this incredible power to paint. You'll never have to suffer a life you don't want. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. I will miss you guys. It's okay. It's over. Versa.
Miroir du temps, nos histoires s'alignent. Dans le creux de nos mains, deux mondes se dessinent. L'un peint de rêve, où le chagrin s'efface. L'autre nu et réel, notre deuil prend place. Au lendemain non écrit, sous les étoiles où tout commence, rien ne finit. Dans le dessin, toile vierge, horizon lointain, peignons ensemble les couleurs de demain, au clair obscur, œuvres infinies. Chaque pas trace la route d'une vie. Au lendemain non écrit, sous les étoiles où tout commence, rien ne finit. Dans les trains du destin, les liens restent éternels dans le dessin.
Have you ever imagined that a single brushstroke could determine the fate of all humanity? Clair Obscur, Expedition 33 is a deeply artistic game where the line between beauty and destruction becomes fragile. In a world both romantic and grim, people are erased each year according to a number drawn by a mysterious entity known as the Paintress. The game follows a group of expeditioners, those who bear the mission to end this brutal cycle. In this video, we'll unravel the mysterious and profound story of Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, where art is not only beauty, but also a force powerful enough to alter destiny. The story takes place 67 years after the first eradication event, when the city of Lumiere was severed from the rest of the world and left isolated in the middle of the ocean. The people of Lumiere refer to that first event as the Fracture, and the later eradication events as Gommage. Let's talk briefly about Gommage. In French, Gommage means erasure, and in Lumiere, the Paintress awakens once a year and draws a number on the monolith, each year decreasing by 1. Anyone whose age matches that number turns into petals and vanishes. To prevent Gommage from leading to the extinction of all people in Lumiere, expedition teams were formed and named after the number drawn by the Paintress. Their mission is to head toward the monolith and find a way to destroy the Paintress, so she can no longer harm the people of Lumiere. We follow Expedition 33, who set off immediately after the latest Gommage event. As soon as they arrive at the shore, they are stopped by a white-haired man. He's wearing the standard uniform of the expeditioners, but strangely, he appears to be much older than anyone should be. How the hell did he survive Gommage? Without hesitation, he coldly slaughters the entire expedition team. Only a few manage to escape. Gustave is one of them. He wakes up near a waterfall, unsure how he's still alive. All he knows is that he must keep moving, until he stumbles upon a mountain of corpses, piled high with the bodies of fellow expeditioners. In despair, Gustave points a gun to his own head, but just in time, Lune appears and stops him, restoring his will to continue the mission. On their way to the rally point, the two come across a wall engraved with a message. It says that Maëlle, Gustave's adoptive younger sister, has been taken to a shelter somewhere north, near a region filled with strange coral reefs. They follow the clue and eventually find Maëlle in a manor. She tells them that after the incident on the beach, she woke up in that place and was helped by a mysterious being known as the Curator. The three of them continue their journey to find the Paintress, but not long into their journey, they encounter Noko, a Gestrel, one of the legendary creatures from Lumiere's fairy tales. Noko tells them that in order to reach the Paintress, they must cross the sea. Of course, none of them have wings or fins, so they can't cross the sea. Therefore, they need to go to the village of the Gestrel to meet the village chief, Golgra, to ask about how to get across the sea. In the village of the Gestrel, the three of them reunite with Ciel, a surviving member of the expedition group from the beach incident. Now the group has 4 members. They make their way to Chief Golgra and ask how to cross the sea. Golgra tells them to seek out Eski, another legendary creature from Lumiere's fairy tales. Eski will help them cross the sea if they ask nicely. While camping and chatting happily with everyone, Maëlle suddenly falls into a time-stopped state. In front of her appears a white-haired girl wearing a mask to conceal the scars on her face. However, she's not alone. The white-haired man from the beach also appears. He tells her that everything is Maëlle's fault, and she is only making things worse. He advises her to return home and spend her final days peacefully. These are his last words of warning to her. Then, everything returns to normal. Maëlle is shocked, and the others are left confused, not understanding what just happened, as though she had just gone through a nightmare. The next day, the group sets out to find Eski. It turns out that Eski is a large, strong, and cheerful creature, but he's also quite lazy. He asks the group to go to his neighbor's house and get a precious stone for him so that he can gather enough strength to take the group across the sea. They expect Eski's neighbor to be just as cheerful as he is, but in reality, the neighbor is the complete opposite, a grumpy, foul-mouthed talking stone. After retrieving the stone, Eski agrees to help the group cross the sea. However, something unfortunate happens.
Ooh, what about that one?
Does it really matter?
Well, you know, like I always say, it's not about the rock. It's more about the... Run.
Gustave sacrifices himself to protect Maëlle, but it proves to be futile, as the white-haired man is too powerful. Just as he's about to strike Maëlle, a stranger appears and saves her. The stranger later reveals himself to be Verso, a member of Expedition Zero, the first expedition team. He explains that something has kept the members of his group from aging or being affected by Gommage. The white-haired man is Renoir, his commander. Renoir believes that this immortality is a gift from the Paintress, and that killing the Paintress would also kill him, so he kills all the expeditioners, betraying the people of Lumiere. Verso then joins the team and leads them to the Paintress, taking over Gustave's role. On their journey, they come across a manor, where Maëlle encounters a strange woman who looks very much like the Curator. Soon after, Renoir and the white-haired girl appear, looking very close to each other. Renoir reveals a truth to them. Verso is his son, but now he is betraying his family, following his own ideals. Verso and the group then fight Renoir to avenge Gustave. However, in the midst of the battle, Verso rushes to protect Maëlle and calls her Alicia. Suddenly, time stops, and the white-haired girl appears before Maëlle. She removes her mask, revealing a face full of scars. She shows Maëlle a fire, a blaze that destroyed her family. Then, the entire manor and her family vanish, leaving Maëlle and the expedition team with questions that have no answers. Continuing their journey and facing countless challenges, the expedition team is equipped with a weapon forged by the Curator, designed to defeat the Paintress. When they finally reach the monolith, they are once again stopped by Renoir. Despite their best efforts, they cannot defeat him. In their most desperate moment, the Curator appears, standing before Renoir, and the two engage in a strange conversation. Renoir says that Verso is all that remains of the Curator's son, and killing him will not bring his wife back. The Curator, unfazed, takes Maëlle's hand, places it on Renoir's chest, and makes him disappear forever. The group enters to face the Paintress, who tells them that Maëlle is not Alicia, and Verso is not the Verso she knows. This is just a trick, a creation of him. Enraged, the Paintress attacks the expedition team. After a tense battle, the Paintress stops attacking the team and, instead, heals them, even though they are trying to strike her. In the end, as she lies in Verso's arms, she bitterly asks him,
Hi.
When Maëlle touches the Paintress, she calls her Alicia once again before vanishing along with her monolith. Maëlle, Lune, and Ciel plant the Expedition 33 flag at the spot where the Paintress died. They are shocked, yet filled with hope for Lumiere's future. The team returns home, where they are greeted as heroes. However, their joy is short-lived as a shockwave erupts from the broken monolith. As it passes through the people of Lumiere, each of them vanishes, as if they are experiencing gommage. We are transported back to a time in the past, where we take on the role of Alicia, waking up in a bed in a manner that resembles the one the expedition team had visited earlier. Alicia follows the call of Clea, her older sister, and goes downstairs to meet her. At this moment, the full truth about the world of Lumiere is revealed. Alicia's family are painters, able to use magic to create a living world from their imagination within the canvas. Alicia's brother, Verso, was killed while trying to save Alicia during a fire started by their rivals, the Writers, who had used Alicia to spark the blaze. Their mother, Aline, drowned in grief and entered a canvas created by Verso, which was the world the expeditioners had once lived in. Aline created a version of her family within this canvas to ease her pain. Renoir, Aline's husband, saw this, and he knows about its consequence, so he entered the canvas to bring her back. Aline is the paintress, but her numbers are not a threat. Rather, they are a warning that Renoir, her husband, is trying to destroy the world of the expeditioners in order to force Aline to return home. Alicia and Clea, in the real world, realize that their parents have been fighting in the canvas for too long. They plan to help Renoir return to the real world as soon as possible because Clea needs him to fight against the Writers. Therefore, the two decide to hide Verso's canvas in a place where Aline will never find it. Alicia will enter this canvas to find a way to bring her parents back, while Clea will deal with the Writers. Alicia enters the canvas, but in her panic, she is controlled by Aline's chroma, which envelops her and transforms her into one of her mother's creations within this world. Alicia is resurrected as a new person, losing all memories of being a painter and of who she truly was. Now, she is Maëlle. Back in the present, Maëlle, now fully restored with all the memories of Alicia, reunites with Verso, the only one unaffected by the gommage. Together, they set out to find her real father, Renoir, hoping he could restore Lumiere so that Verso's creation might survive without Aline. However, Renoir refuses. He believes the temptation is too great. No matter where Alicia hides the canvas, her mother will eventually find it and cast herself into it once more. So, Maëlle begins to form a plan of her own, knowing that she is a paintress too. She decides to resurrect her fallen companions using her own power. The expedition will then travel across the continent, gathering chroma from fallen expeditioners, to build an army and launch an assault on Lumiere, which is now occupied by Renoir and his creations. Eventually, Maëlle and her team confront Renoir, who remains determined to destroy this world. In the end, they defeat him and force both Renoir and Aline to leave the canvas. After the battle, Maëlle and Verso pass through the space between the canvas and the real world. There, they find a boy hunched over, endlessly painting on a canvas. It is the soul of Verso, trapped within the painting ever since his death, laboring eternally to keep his creation alive. Verso now wishes to be freed and to destroy the painting, while Maëlle wants to preserve it, unwilling to return to a lonely life in the real world. Here, they fight for their ideals, each seeking a different fate for the world they've built. This final confrontation leads to two possible endings for the game, and it's difficult to say which is the good ending or bad ending, for each comes at its own cost. If you choose to fight as Maëlle, she defeats Verso, while the canvas, and everyone within it, lives on forever. Before his death, Verso begs Maëlle not to paint him. He doesn't want this life. The scene then shifts to Lumiere, perhaps sometime later. The town is bustling and lively. Meanwhile, Maëlle, along with her companions, including Gustave, sits inside the opera house. An older Verso appears on stage, preparing to perform a piano concerto. The camera then lingers on Maëlle, her face streaked with paint, just like her mother's after days spent inside the canvas. This implies that Maëlle's victory has prolonged the cycle of grief. Though Aline has escaped the canvas, her daughter is now trapped within it by her own obsession and sorrow. If you choose to fight as Verso, he defeats Maëlle. As Maëlle slowly fades away, Verso reminds her that she has the power of a painter. She never has to live a life she doesn't want, because she can always create a new one. He then bids a final farewell to his friend, takes the hand of his own spirit, and the two disappear together. The scene shifts back to the real world, where Alicia and her family hold a moment of silence at Verso's grave. The mood is somber, but the family clearly finds comfort in having each other. Alicia lingers after her parents and sister leave, and she sees a fleeting vision of Lune, Ciel, Gustave, Verso, and Maëlle waving to her from the in-between. This suggests that Alicia can find some solace in her memories of Expedition 33, even though they are no longer with her. While grief remains, Alicia and her parents may find a new way to heal, one not rooted in eternal fantasy but in moving forward.
So this is the paintress. Correct. And she's the reason for the gommage. Also correct, except it's pronounced the gommage. What is that? It's a yearly event where the paintress writes a new number on her monolith, and then everyone of that age or older just dies.
Imagine if you lived in a world where there was a painter who repaints the world every year, but she also paints a specific number on a monolith, and if that number is your age, you turn into
How would you face the inevitable? How would you confront oblivion? undaunted and resolute? Or would you succumb to existential despair, unmoored and purposeless? These are just some of the questions posed in beautifully tragic Clair Obscur. The citizens of Lumiere stare constantly at death. Each year, the mysterious paintress brushes onto her monolith a number in descending order. Each year, those people of that age magically perish, brushed out of existence. As Lumiere suffers an unrelenting doomsday, it sends intrepid expeditions to the unknown wilds of the continent to halt the paintress and save the future. Those already marked for death embark on a mission of victory or martyrdom. Thus far, no mission has succeeded, no survivors have returned. But those expeditions weren't graced by fate and consequence. This is the complete story of Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. The game begins on the island of Lumiere at the turn of the year for the eponymous 33rd expedition. The people of Lumiere have for decades lived beneath the dreadful shadow cast by the paintress, and the weight of their existence is instantly impressed. Gustave and his adoptive family Maëlle participate in a festival, a ceremony filled with joy and sorrow as friends, families, and loved ones embrace one final time before the Gamage. The Gamage is the paintress's power made manifest. As she stirs and erases the number 34 in the distance, so too are those in Lumiere of 34 years erased. They disappear in a mist of rose petals and chroma, a beauty that can't seal the void of death, nor offer solace to those who remain. Gustave, himself a 33-year-old, cherishes the final moments with Sophie, his love that was not meant to be, before she vanishes in his grasp. Tomorrow comes, and tomorrow he, alongside a couple handfuls of other brave expeditioners, will set off on untold dangers on the continent in a desperate attempt to preserve their people. The paintress and the Gamage have stolen not just the future of all those whose lives have been cut short, but also the future of Lumiere and its past. But before we follow Gustave, Maëlle, and the others of Expedition 33, how did the world come to this, and what of the paintress and her power? The game transpires near the climax of a story that to appreciate fully requires us to travel through many years and other dimensions of reality. It begins with a family and their manor, the Descendres, where a family of 5 with exquisite taste a penchant for luxury, and blessed with supreme powers. The Descendres were all painters, a word that describes not just a vocation, but a magical skill. Painters have complete mastery over their medium. They demonstrate the capacity to fill their canvases with beauty and wonder, to bring their creations to life in more ways than one. How exactly they came across this ability remains a mystery, but without question, the Descendres are among the elite painters. Aline, a genius of the craft, met and married Renoir, then proceeded to teach him all she knew. The couple raised and tutored 3 children that brimmed with potential. Verso, their only son, was the cherished child, a protege much loved. Despite his longing and devotion for the musical arts, and especially the piano, Verso was resigned to take up brush, forcefully coaxed to follow his parents' path. Clea, the eldest daughter, was disciplined and determined. She seemed more realist than dreamer, and appeared to carry much of the siblings' collective responsibility, perhaps envious of her brother's position as favorite. Clea's singular focus on painting rewarded her with unequaled skill. Alicia, the youngest daughter, was the idealist to conflict with Clea, lost in daydreams and fantasy, and at times drifting into the world of words rather than images. All 3 proved diligent and produced many mystifying painter creations during their tutelage. Their art wasn't just a reflection of internal emotions, but quite literally a doorway into different realities. Painters possess a unique ability to enter and explore the canvases they create, as if they were other worlds or pocket dimensions, suffused with life. At a whim, they brush into existence whatever their minds conjure. Each sibling had their fascinations, their own personalities that they painted onto their works. Throughout his childhood, Verso frequented one canvas in particular, perhaps even the only canvas he ever produced. A world of youthful imagination, where forests shone luminescent, where fish flew through above-ground oceans, and where his obsession with trains and music materialized into vast rail networks and ubiquitous instruments. Verso populated this world with a comic and curious race of creatures called Gestrels, and a more verbose, furred race called Grandis. It's reasonable to assume that at this time the young boy also painted 2 companions that became his closest friends. Esquier, a rotund and jolly character, and the monkey Gestrel Monoko, named after the family dogs. Esquier in particular helped Verso through depressive bouts that resulted from the dreams that were suppressed in favor of his parents' ambitions. As the siblings matured, they were pulled from infantile whimsy into reality riven by politics and danger. The painters weren't alone in their mystical power. A rival faction known as the Riders opposed the Painters' Council and worked to undermine their influence. Precious little is known of either of these groups, but the Riders seem to have powers on par with the Painters, transforming their words into reality, giving emotion and creativity a corporeal form. Alicia, now in her teenage years, through naivety and ignorance, becomes enmeshed in the conflict between painters and writers. It's her interest in books and words that draw her towards the writers, a fancy her sister Clea blames for what next unfolds. Alicia's association opens vulnerability, and catastrophe strikes the House of Descendres. The exact nature of events is hopelessly muddied by incomplete flashbacks and opaque dialogue, but Alicia's life is endangered when a fire started by the Writers' Guild bursts into a conflagration that consumes the house. Canvases catch, the manor glows with doom, and in the next moments Verso acts without hesitation. He uses all his power to pull Alicia from the licking flames, but not before her face and throat are terribly burned. She survives, but Verso isn't as fortunate. To save Alicia, he forfeits his own life. A terrible pall falls over the family, who lament the loss of their cherished son. Verso's death and how the family grieves are the catalyst for everything that next transpires. Each member of House Descendres mourns Verso's loss in their own way, but for Aline, his absence is a gaping void in her heart no amount of time can mend. She retreats within herself, shuts out her family, her anguish, unable to cope with reality. Time passes. The tension between the painters and writers builds, and Clea steps into her mother's leadership role as Aline fades further from this world. Renoir feels his wife slipping, their relationship stretching to its limit. He blames his own blindness for the tragedy, but remains blind to Aline's pain.
We don't even share the bonds of grief anymore. She walks her path, and I walk mine. I don't exist to her. None of us do. She's left us all behind to drown by ourselves so that she can drown alone.
Clea seethes with anger, a fury stoked into vengeance and directed at the riders. Remorse and regret, meanwhile, consume Alicia, who suffers beneath Aline and Clea's silent blame. The Desange crumble from the inside. At some point, Aline discovers a tiny sliver of her lost son remains in Verso's childhood canvas, the one in which he, Esquier, and Monoko adventured. A fragment of his soul is magically preserved within the painting, and it's this tiny filament that Aline grasps to alleviate her heart's burden. We hear in her journal entry.
His little grin. So proud of his latest creation. But at least those memories remain. What hurts more are the memories unmade. The conversations we'll never have. The time we'll never spend. I know what he'll say. But this is the first time I've felt any surcease. For a few moments a day.
The memory of Verso is a balm for Aline, who's unable to grapple with his death. She spends more time within the canvas, cloisters herself further, as time spent in reality only reminds Aline of the pain, magnified any time she looks upon Alicia.
The person I cannot be around is Alicia. Her pain is a broken mirror. The shards reflecting back tenfold, and every moment with her the cuts deepen and I feel myself unraveling.
These are the signs of immense grief Renoir later blames himself for not realizing earlier. From the loss of his son, Renoir is losing his wife. Aline soon escapes entirely, extending her visit to Verso's painting indefinitely. This is a dream in which she can immerse herself, can brush over history and paint her family anew, complete. She immediately reconstructs her hollowed life. Like a child playing house, Aline renders a facsimile of her reality with meticulous care, going so far as to painting her home region into existence and populating it with people. As a paintress and the new master of the canvas, Aline controls all of the chroma in this reality. Chroma, color, paint. It's wielded by a painter to create, destroy, or alter at a whim. For the beings that live within the canvas, chroma is an aura, an energy that feeds life. It is their essence. Aline creates Lumiere and its people, replicates the Desange manner, and to fool herself completely, paints duplicates of her family not as they are, but as she sees them. Renoir, Clea, Alicia, and especially her son Verso are brought to life within the canvas to comfort Aline in her grief. Time in the canvas doesn't pass the same as time in reality. It's not quite clear how long Aline's spirit resides, how many years the people of Lumiere pass in a breathtaking and peaceful world, but it's bright and full of hope. Perhaps generations are born and raised within Lumiere. Most interesting is that these people, painters' creations, aren't simply golems made to mimic certain behaviors devoid of soul. They have, in essence, consciousness and an independence that parallels humanity in the outside world. The people of Lumiere are willed, a fact that ripples into character motives and decisions far into the future. For now, the paintress Aline satisfies herself with a fictitious family, either painting memories of their real lives within them, or else raising a new family. As we often hear Verso speak of his childhood in and around Lumiere.
It's been a while since I've been here.
Verso.
We used to ski here, before the fracture.
But the powers of a painter are treacherous. They can't remain in their works for long without risking mental instability, loss of self, and even death. To create, they must sacrifice a part of themselves. For a time, the real Renoir indulges his wife in her grief, but as days slip, so does her mind, and the Desange family sees plainly how Aline's torture consumes her. As a man who cares most about his family's safety and claims responsibility for their protection, Renoir reviles the childhood canvas as it slowly eats Aline from the inside out. Something he has experienced in his own past and relied on his wife to save him.
I know how powerful and intoxicating it is. How deeply attached we can become to the worlds we pour our hearts and souls into. I was enthralled, and it nearly killed me. Your mother was the one who saved me when I lost myself in a canvas.
Not only does his wife wither, but the writers continue to pressure the painters, and at Clea's insistence, Renoir enters Verso's canvas to recall Aline, by force if necessary. To enter another painter's canvas is to be at their mercy, but Renoir is skilled and adamant. He doesn't allow himself to be brushed over by his wife, doesn't lose himself in her overwhelming chroma. He confronts Aline in the painted world, but she won't listen to his reason. She's needed in their reality, but she can't countenance parting once more with Verso, and her mind cracks beneath the weight of prolonged canvas exposure. Renoir delivers an ultimatum: return to her true family, or he'll destroy the canvas world and pull her out. Their conversation heats, transforms into argument, and brings forth a calamity the canvas has never seen. These aren't simply two people, they are two painters, gods of the canvas world that wield immeasurable power. It's a divine battle, the aftermath of which tears the world asunder, a cataclysm, referred to as a fracture. The continent, which up to this point had been whole, shatters into many fragments. Some lands are submerged, some suspended in the sky. Lumiere is split, and most of the human inhabitants are severed from the mainland, perhaps Aline's attempt to spare Lumiere from her husband's fight. It's a deadly and horrifying battle that rages for some time. Renoir sends a dissolving shockwave throughout the pocket dimension that attempts to brush all things out of existence, the first Gommage. But Aline controls the canvas's chroma and counteracts him, preserving the lives she's created. Renoir next attempts to remind his wife of her real family, the people who desperately need her in the real world. He paints massive beings of great power into existence, creatures named Axons. 4 in total are crafted, but only 2 are active following the fracture. Each symbolizes one member of Renoir's family. Sirene, the mesmerizing dancer, is his beautiful wife Aline. The mask keeper, enigmatic who hides his true self beneath falsehood, represents Verso's acceptance of his parents' request. He wears a mask of obedience while in his heart he remains a musician. The third Axon, unnamed, is Clea. Like her, it bears the enormous weight of responsibility on its shoulders. The fourth, the Reacher, to symbolize Alicia, her strive for forgiveness, and Renoir's hope that Alicia will rise above Aline's blame. These beings were previous creations of Renoir, their art displayed on the walls of his atelier within the manor. This could be why they possess such strong chroma resonance. The Axons are perhaps meant to shock lucidity into Aline, and if they fail, perhaps to sow destruction. Still, Aline holds on to her reality and resists. The two painters find themselves locked in stalemate. Aline erects an indomitable mountain of stone called the Monolith, and imprisons Renoir beneath, preventing him from dissolving the canvas. while Renoir attempts to disrupt his wife's chroma collection and slowly drain her. The fracture represents the schism between the Desange family, their destructive grief, their shattered house. This correlates in-game to the various rooms and doors tying the family's painted manor together, scattered across the continent, pieces that must be gathered to rebuild the whole. Now, Verso's canvas is more than just the couple's feuding ground, and much happens to its inhabitants during and immediately after the fracture. The people, Gestrels and Grandees, know nothing of the painters, of the realities and dimensions that exist beyond. They're concerned with the present, which involves mostly recovery. Communities have been upended, thousands have perished, and many more are missing. Gestrel villages send out searchers to look for their lost kin. Lumiere too gathers shards. This was the form and purpose of the very first expedition. The painted versions of Renoir, Clea, Verso, and Alicia involve themselves heavily with this effort. With the rest of Lumiere, the Desange seek answers. As beings of the canvas, they're tied to its fate, and work to help Aline in what ways they can. Not just that, they formed real connections with fellow painted creations. A critical example is Clea's relationship with a man called Simon, who had also been a longtime friend of Verso. A large volunteer force sets out to find survivors and uncover the nature of the monolith. This is the legendary Expedition Zero, led by the painted Renoir Desange. Their mission coincides with the emergence of something new and terribly deadly that will forever endanger the continent, the Nevrons. Nevrons are bizarre creatures, alien to Verso's canvas, painted by neither Aline nor Renoir. Aggressive, merciless, and attracted to the lifeblood of Chroma, Nevrons are Clea's creations. When she realizes that her parents' dispute hasn't resolved, the Desange, eldest daughter, takes matters into her own hands. Threatened by the riders, Clea desperately needs her family back. She can spare little time in Verso's canvas, but enters to tip the struggle in Renoir's favor. Clea confronts her painted counterpart, and dissatisfied with her mother's work, paints over it with stinging venom. This is a testament to Clea's skills as a paintress.
Clea's the only one skilled enough to paint over someone else's creation.
The painted Clea is twisted, her mind corrupted and filled with new purpose. She's locked in the canvas's furthest reaches and forced to produce Nevrons ad infinitum. Nevrons hunt chroma-based beings. Upon death, the chroma remains trapped in their victims' bodies.
The dead here don't disappear like in Lumiere. Their chroma stays inside their bodies.
Something about the way Nevrons kill seems to affect our chroma.
Clea reckons that trapping chroma will deplete Aline's reserves, slowly weakening her until the canvas can be destroyed. The Nevrons are loosened and rampage across the continent, still stunned by the fracture. Fragments of that terror live on in the journal entry of this survivor, which paints a bleak picture for those in old Lumiere.
Melanie, 5th of February. The Brigadiers are overdue from their mission to the monolith, and we've lost half our remaining fighting strength to these creatures and their relentless assault. All adults have taken up arms, but I'm a bookkeeper. What am I supposed to do? Count them before they slaughter us? We've hidden the children. At least they're warm and dry in the cellars, but rations are running low.
Clea continues the destruction of her painted counterpart's life. As she appears no different than the painted Clea, Simon falls for her deception.
My beautiful Clea. What did she do to you? That paintress. She fooled me. She looked so much like you and I believed her story. She granted me the power to fell the axons and enter the monolith. I realized too late that she'd warped my mind. She had in fact taken you away, locked you somewhere I could never reach, and set me on a path to destroy your future.
The real-world Clea resents all painted interpretations of her likeness. She wants the canvas destroyed, or at least sealed. It could be from spite that she has Simon destroy her axon in Lumiere, but it can't be overstated how much power he wields.
Protego! Revelio. This looks intriguing. Revelio. Revelio. Slow down now. There we go. Glacius! Confringo! Incendio! Settle yourself. I mean you no harm.
Hasn't seen this many plants here before. Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions brewed.
do without her.
Welcome. Do let me know if I can be of any assistance at all. A wise decision. Thank you. A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
Professor Black was terrible before he died.
Oh, my tears. Hello? Is something the matter?
Most decidedly, yes. My precious moon calf, Biscuit, was abducted by poachers up north. Oh, the vicious brutes. I tried to fight back, but I was no match for them.
I'm sorry about your moon calf, Mr.
Garnuff. Just Garnuff. I'm only one goblin. Not a particularly brave one at that. I have no chance against a pack of bloodthirsty poachers. Oh, my...
I'll keep an eye out for your moon calf, Garniff.
How kind. If only all of Wizardkind was as gracious to goblins. If you do see her and can bring her safely home to me, I promise to reward you for your efforts. Do keep an eye out for her, and be careful out there. Poachers are an unscrupulous lot.
I should try and rescue Garniff's moon calf. Sounds as if I'd need to head north to find those poachers.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Lumos.
Repulsor.
need for sleeping softly.
Pardon me? Might I ask a favor of you?
Hello. Is there something I can help you with?
How?
That's incredibly nice.
Oh, there's more. A cream that will rid our but Boobachu.
I can try and find some for you if I have the time.
Marv, I only... Our spotty classmates are counting on you, so you mustn't tarry.
Into the Forbidden Forest for Booba tubers. I hope it's worth the risk. Faster, high wing! Glacius! Confringo! Defender! Incendio! Defender! Glacius! Incendio! Confringo! Incendio! Glacius! Incendio! Confringo! Glacius! Incendio!
Harry.
Into the Forbidden Forest for Booba tubers. I hope it's worth the risk.
Nothing warms a body like...
Professor Howard will never believe this.
I shall sort something out.
Welcome. Come on in. Now, where was I? Right. Oh, yes. No one can say I don't keep a stacked shelf.
Accio.
Revelio. Hogsmeade, here I come. Who lived here, I wonder?
Perhaps I shall scout around Felcroft for something to poach.
Incendio. Revelio.
Levioso!
Glacius. Incendio. Revelio. Incendio.
Over here!
You're not.
Seems we may have an intruder.
Glacius. Incendio. Confringo. Defender.
Too hard.
Confringo. Incendio.
Potato!
Defender.
You disappoint me!
You may want
Confringo.
You don't want
Incendio. Glacius.
I want nice
Defender.
your eyes. Projectile!
Debolso.
Careful not to get bit. Projectile!
Incendio.
Expulso! Not so tough now, are ya? Projectile! I bet that one hurt.
Glacius.
Ah! Kind of expulso! You'll feel that tomorrow. You laughed that long. Projectile! You'll regret that. Expulso! You were foolish to fight me.
Abandoned long ago.
Oh, the
Glacius.
anticipation.
Incendio.
You dare say one of my own. You will.
Confringo.
Hey, that's mine.
Revelio.
Useless. That's all you are.
Glacius.
I know all about you.
Incendio.
Now there's a student who knows how to fly.
Oh. Glacius! Incendio! Confringo! Defendo! Incendio! Glacius! Incendio!
It's been ages since I found anything worth poaching near Crackcroft.
Glacius! Incendio! Defender! Revelio!
Levioso! Damn you!
Glacius!
Tricky little cape flapper. Oh, too hard.
Revelio!
Irondale's not half as tough as it sounds.
Revelio!
The curiosity they teach at Hogwarts will not serve you well. You've heard quite enough of our wreck.
Incendio! Revelio! Revelio. Revelio. Do cooperate, won't you? Revelio. Glacius. I'll look after you. Revelio. 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 This is where Saccharissa said to go. And where are those booba tubers? Just my luck, a troll. Incendio. Defender. Confringo. Incendio. Glacier. Defender. Glaciers. Incendio. Incendio. Confringo. Defender. Glaciers. Incendio. Glaciers. Incendio. Defender. Confringo. Defender. Glaciers. Incendio. Glaciers. Incendio. Confringo. Defender. Glaciers. Confringo. Defender. Incendio. Glaciers. Confringo. Incendio. Revelio. Oh, that smells awful. Only 4 more, thank goodness. Yeah. Revelio.
Betting on the dragon fight was the best decision I've made. Nothing to poach in Arrynshire except spiders. We always like it for light.
Revelio.
They come after me, they'll rest in 10 graves. Thinking in terms of good and evil merely indicates a limited imagination. You! What do you think you're doing?
Confringo. Glacier. Defender.
No!
Confringo. Revelio. Alohomora.
You've had too much fun. sacked on that last raid. Hogwarts is very lucky they've got protected staff with workmen. Might I remind everyone that a wizard's sharpest tool is his mind.
Revelio.
They come up to me. I'll stick 'em like a knobtail. When the clouds are dark, it's always the best time to strike. It's as if nature herself lets a veil. Nothing to poach in our insurance. One in... Stop right there!
Incendio.
You may want to...
Glacius. Incendio. Revelio. Revelio.
Protego! Incendio! 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 Confringo! Protego! Confringo! Perhaps you ought to give up. Incendio!
Confringo. Glacius. Incendio. Glacius. Incendio. Defend. Glacius! Confringo! Glacius! Incendio! Defender! Glacius! Incendio! Confringo! Glacius! Incendio! Confringo! Revelio. That should do it. I'd better get back to Saccharissa now. Not my fault you're a deadly great... Lumos. Let's go! Come on, Highwing! Highwing! Go! Away, Highwing! Away! Saccharissa, I found the tubers you needed.
Splendid. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. May I have them?
It actually was a spot of trouble. You never mentioned I might encounter a troll. I think you should pay me more.
I suppose a higher price is less offensive than being forced to regard the hideous, greasy pustules plaguing our pubescent classmates. Thank you, and your payment, of course. Now I can begin perfecting my potion to save our poor pimply peers. Don't know who should be more grateful, I or our unsightly spotty classmates. One day the wizarding world will know my name, and you will have been a small part of it.
Come on in. Healing potions are a speciality here, should you need any. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now. A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now. We have everything a young student might need when it comes to potions. Have a good look around. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now. Here we found a bit of treasure in the forest. Hello there. In the market for potions, are we? A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now. A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
Revelio.
What are you up to now?
Seems a pleasant enough little place. Let's go! Come on, Highwing! Glacius! Confringo! Incendio! Defender! Glacius! Incendio! Confringo! Defender! Glacius! Incendio! Confringo! Glacius! Incendio! Glacius! Defender! Glacius! Incendio! Confringo! Defender! That's it.
That young'un's now a teacher herself. It's a wonder she's not gobbled up by her own fanged geranium.
Off on another adventure, are we?
I'd better keep an eye on her. There's the fountain. I'm getting closer. Revelio.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
Aloha, Mora. Revelio. Accio. Repulsor. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Revelio. This stairwell looks promising.
I don't think owls make very good pets. You can't snuggle up to them the way you can with a cat. So many more.
This looks like the portrait from the map. Now where's the treasure? Revelio. Aloha, Mora. Levioso. Accio. Repulsor. Confringo. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Cabalso. Lumos. Accio. There was a doorway hidden within the portrait. I wonder what came of Arthur's search. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Lumos.
Leaving things in the dormitory without a mother.
Never thought I'd witness Sebastian lose a duel.
Wish I brought a pet owl to school. Don't misunderstand.
Alohomora. Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Depulso.
Revelio. Accio. Protego! Accio! Depulso! Protego! Accio! Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Lumos. Depulso. Glacius. Defender. Confringo. Incendio. Accio. Incendio. Defender. Confringo. Repulsor. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Accio. Revelio. Lumos. Accio. Revelio. Accio.
Welcome back. Have you finished your...
Reporting back, Professor. Assignment's all finished.
Well done. Shows good discipline. Wisdom is a gold... But... Precise, deliberate movements? Very good.
Protego.
I recommend practicing your new spell as much as possible. Perhaps before you leave here.
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Depulso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso! Wingardium Leviosa. Lumos. Depulso. Confringo. Accio. Levioso. Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio.
Why do we even have flies?
Confringo.
Thank you kindly for letting us break.
I wish we didn't have
Hello, Mr. Moon.
Oh, greetings! Any luck removing some more of those demiguise statues?
I actually have some moons for you.
Oh, I knew I could count on you. Bring me a few more moons and I'll show you how to improve casting Alohomora.
I'll keep an eye out for more demiguise statues and see if I can bring you more moons.
You are to be commended for your bravery and valor.
Revelio.
Oh, my dear, you look simply glorious. Let me guess, Villa blood.
Oh dear, not sure what I can call that.
Revelio.
Long before any of us were even painting.
You should hear Charles.
You would be wise not to underestimate this student. Their aptitude for magic is beyond anything I've ever seen, and I've been teaching a long time.
It is a joy to have such a student.
It can be.
There you are.
I received your owl. I was able to speak with Lodgok, the goblin I mentioned before.
What did you learn?
He and Ranrock were close once, but they had a falling out.
You believe he can be trusted?
I believe he's trustworthy, yes. He seemed sincere, and Sirona Ryan trusts him.
Very well. Supposing he can be trusted, will he help us get to Ranrock?
I retrieved a stolen helm. He hopes to return to Ranrock in order to regain his confidence.
You have been busy. Let's hope your efforts result in our learning something about Ranrock's plans.
Lodgok did mention that Ranrock is searching for something, but he couldn't say what. Perhaps that helm will yield some answers.
Ranrock is searching for something. I feared as much. I've heard an unusual amount of activity, goblins and wizards, I surmise, when visiting my portrait at my castle.
Rookwood Castle?
My former residence, yes. That castle is also the location of your next trial.
I'm sorry to tell you that Victor Rookwood, evidently your descendant, is a dark wizard in league with Ranrock.
My descendant? A dark wizard? I'm afraid we've no time to waste. Despite the obstacles that clearly await you, you must get to Rookwood Castle immediately. Not only is it the location of the next trial, it is home to a source of power that would be devastating in the wrong hands. I do wish we had the luxury of time. However, I do not doubt your abilities. Find my portrait there as soon as you can.
Very well, sir. I'm on my way.
Best of luck.
No time to waste. I'll meet you at Rookwood Castle.